Perhaps the most famous or infamous of all the world's mysterious places is the Bermuda Triangle. For decades, this stretch of ocean covering over 500,000 square miles, located between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, has baffled scientists, experienced sailors, and even military investigators.
Planes disappearing, various kinds of strange lights being seen, a whole bunch of weirdness all conglomerating into this very tight corner of the Atlantic.
Ships that have shown up absolutely empty, no sign of any struggle, and yet the crew has just vanished.
This is something that's very real. They exist in records, and now that they're all gone in fair weather, that is not supernatural phenomenon to me. That is something unexplained.
What caused ships and planes to disappear without a trace? Why has aeronautical and navigational equipment stopped working or changed course by itself? Historical shipping records show that the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle are much older than many people realize. Ever since the earliest days of oceanic exploration, sailors have witnessed strange sights.
Really, the awareness of the Bermuda Triangle started with Christopher Columbus being such an esoteric navigator and a well-respected sailor. His log traversing to the New World is very accurate. And it turns out, just as Columbus got into the area known as the Bermuda Triangle, he recorded having compass malfunctions. The following night, he saw a large fireball hit the ocean.
He saw strange lights, he saw strange weather phenomena happening there. So it's definitely a case that the story of the Bermuda Triangle is not just some modern or some urban myth at the threshold of the 21st century. It is as old as there are accounts of people going into that area.
About 450 years after Columbus, on December 5th, 1945, the U.S. military experienced the Bermuda Triangle's most perplexing mystery. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers flew from the naval base in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training exercise. But not long into the 2-hour mission, all 5 planes were suddenly gone. The mystery was compounded when the Navy sent out a rescue plane, and it too disappeared. 6 planes, all flown by skilled pilots, had vanished into oblivion.
That struck everybody as very odd. This was now the modern era. We have radar, we have radio, still 5 aircraft vanished.
Now the question is, where have all of them gone? It really is as if they have been snapped out of our reality into something else. And of course, what that something else is, that's the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle.
The enigma of the Bermuda Triangle is that more aircraft and ships will vanish than any other place in the world in circumstances that it would seem impossible to disappear.
There is no FAA in the Bahamas. There is no National Transportation Safety Board to investigate its actions. There's just nothing like it.
Pilot took off in a Beechcraft Baron from St. Thomas, flying to Miami. Hours later, he reported himself off Miami. He was losing his engines. He was going down to ditch. He was at 150 feet altitude, he said, disoriented in clouds. Miami confirmed it was perfect weather, and they could not understand what was going on.
And then I look at the compass, and it's slowly rotating counterclockwise all by itself. Oh, God. Everything turns this strange gray, and there's no horizon. You can't see the sky. And it's weird, it's like kind of fuzzy. That's all this electricity that's in the sea.
That was when I thought of the word electronic fog.
He wasn't flying through fog, but the, quote, fog was attached to him. It was flying with him. And that was the big difference. When aircraft venture into that little zone, the aircraft acts very much like a passive antenna.
652. Look at this. Look at that. Like you're going through a cloud right now. Holy.
Jet 814, affirmative 12000. We have drone up.
We're bouncing off the scale. So that means we have an awful lot of energy here as we penetrated and come out of this cloud. This is pretty phenomenal stuff.
The Bermuda Triangle is one of the greatest mysteries of the modern world. I think the explanations just simply lie in looking in the right place in the right way at the right time.